in the stream. Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode here on the channel with me. And as always, I'm your host, Dragon Steve. And today we'll be playing Adventures in the Skydom episode 4, our little homebrew D&D campaign. We made some new things for it, with Slayer making a Titanfall mech to add as an NPC party member. I made a fun little character with a fun little gimmick weapon because I want it to be funny. I will not be DMPCing, they're just going to be an NPC party member. And that I made entirely just for one gimmick weapon that I thought would be hyper funny. You'll see when you meet her. Other than that, we are joined by Slayer playing Eleise and Rose playing Yvonne. And with that, let's get back into the swing of things. So, if my memory serves me correctly, last time we left off with Yvonne and Eleise reporting into Aether and Sierra about their adventures fighting the gelatinous cube that I used Rimuru as the image for. And Arthur told you guys to destroy the Exia rings and the crystal. With that, you two had went off to bed for the night. Next morning, you two wake up, come downstairs, see Arthur and Sierra talking at the counter, where you guys join them. Arthur asks if you guys have destroyed the crystal yet, and strongly encouraging you guys to, if you have not yet, to do so.
Uh, well, see, by crystal, do you mean
I mean the one you guys got from the slime.
that one.
What other crystal would I be talking about? That's the only crystal you guys have.
I was trying to make sure that's what it was and I wasn't forgetting something. But,
Yeah,
alright, yeah.
You're the one who's carrying it right now, Yvonne. I mean, you can talk with Eleise, or you can't just pull it out and smash it right now. The choice is yours.
So I guess I'll just pull it out and slam it down on the table in an attempt to break it.
Roll a DC 5.
Alright.
Difficulty class 5 strength check. Which you have a strength modifier of 0.
Feel.
It's a difficulty class 5. It is
Yeah.
impossible to fail.
Well, she has a strength modifier of 0 and she rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, the crystal shatters into a billion pieces. The dust of this crystal is so fucking fine that it immediately just dissipates. Completely gone. Not even a singular trace of this crystal's magic is left in the air.
I just think that is funny. He was just about to make a comment on how it's still fairly possible for her to fail, that she just rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, no, it is gone.
If I'm being entirely honest,
from existence.
If I'm being entirely honest, I was thinking of keeping this thing, but if the DM says I wouldn't do that.
Well, it was Aether saying that he wouldn't do that. It wasn't me. But for campaign lore, you guys are supposed to be destroying these crystals. For story reasons. I need you
And
guys to destroy the crystals you get from the mini bosses for the story.
I was thinking of keeping this because it's red and shiny.
Yeah, no.
A dragon?
Yeah, what do you want? I'm getting to the
No, I was
character
making a
introduction.
comment on what Rose said.
Ah,
So
yes,
she
Rose.
said it was red and shiny. I was like, "What are you, a dragon?"
I think she might be getting influenced by me. She has been hanging around me a lot, and I do have a bit of that nature. That's part like actual like I'm like this isn't even a joke. I see shiny things and I want them. Like that is just like part of who I am IRL.
That is the same thing with me, but no, I'm not a dragon. I'm a raccoon.
I must hoard the shiny things. Precious.
It's a raven.
Precious. Sorry, I turned into Gollum there for a minute. Anyways, as you guys are doing that, you hear a very loud banging sound coming from outside. And in the window you can see a giant mech suit, approximately 15 feet tall.
Mind its armor class.
You want me to make this thing take 4 tiles in height? I can make this thing take 4 tiles in height. It would be 20 feet then. I thought 15 was fairly reasonable.
No, that's fine. I was just saying to not mind its armor class. Because, you know, this thing has an AC of 19 right now.
Yeah. No, I'm going to have to up the ante on some of the boss fights because of this thing.
You're the one who okayed it. I said,
I know.
yeah, you could have told me to tone some of the numbers down, and you didn't.
Yeah, no. I mean, this is just giving me an excuse to throw some things that I had planned for later in the game at you guys a lot sooner.
Fair enough.
Which means I am going to be able to cut part of the content because I'm running a separate version of this campaign with another group, which means I don't get, not everything I have planned for this is getting shown to that second group ahead of time. So, yeah, that you're giving me an excuse to cut certain parts of the story out because of this thing. Of course, I'm not changing like the first couple boss fights because you guys need to get some stats in. If you plan on defeating literal God at the end of this. But yeah. And so as the mech, there's just this 15-foot tall mech banging on the wall, staring at you guys in through the window. Its focus seems to be on Sierra. Sierra is going to rush out of the room and start talking with the mech. What would you guys like to do?
So, fight Sierra out. So, just gonna casually phase through the wall.
Yeah. And you, Yvonne, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna face through the door like a Noah person.
Yeah, phase shift through the. Yeah, we just have Eleise phase shifting through walls and Yvonne phase shifting through doors because I can't modify the doors in the map. Congratulations, you guys have learned the art of cross-dimensional travel without needing spells to do so. So, this thing. So, Sierra tells you that as you guys follow her out and Sarah is talking with the mech, she notices that you guys followed her out and explains to you that she knows the person who originally made this mech, who is a friend and patron of hers. Zero introduces you two to the mech as friends, and the mech introduces itself as BT-7754.
Nice to meet you, BT.
Yvonne, how are you going to react to this mech introducing himself as BT-7754?
I'm gonna mostly be silent, but I'm just gonna have like a hard-eyes geek face of seeing this. Is that a giant robot?
Yes, yes it is.
Yeah, so I won't actually say that in character, but if you take one look at me, you're going to know that I am obviously very excited to see a giant robot.
I'm gonna be honest with you here. Who wouldn't? Okay, so as BT continues telling his story, he mentions that he and his creator slash pilot were recently ambushed by a group of pilots on a nearby island. And asks Sierra if she has any adventurers who would be free to help him out in getting her back, as she was captured.
Yeah, we can help out.
Yeah, we can definitely get this woman back.
Sierra will thank you guys for offering to help out, hand you guys a couple of healing potions each, 2 more, so you guys can each add 2 more to your count of healing potions, which would bring Yvonne's count. She had 4, she used 1, so that's 3. So Yvonne's now at 5, and Eleise is now at 13.
I think you're getting an extra one.
No, because you bought 10. She gave you a free one on your guys' first trip to the store.
Ah, okay.
And she's giving
So
you
that's
each
one.
2, so it's 13. I know how to do my fucking math.
Yeah, no, I just forgot about the free extra ones you gave.
I can do math. Yeah, do not question me. I am the DM. What I say is a law here. I am your god.
Yeah.
As long as the campaign
Yeah,
is
both our
active,
math was
I
correct.
am
I was just
god.
missing a variable.
With that, Zero is going to run back into the tavern, and PT will you guys are just going to go off with PT.
Yeah.
Alrighty
Welcome
then.
to
Oh, where
the
am I?
welcome to the shipyard. You guys are in the top left corner with BT right now.
Let me see. Oh, there I am.
So you guys arrive at the shipyard on another island, guided there by BT. He docks you guys a ways off from the main shipyard and has you all sneak in through the back. You guys can see a few feet away from, I'm going to say, I'm going to measure this. From Eleise, who is the furthest person forward in the party.
Before we do anything, I'm gonna use slime armor.
You guys can see the first pirate of the group standing approximately 50 feet away from Eleise.
You mean me? Cause that came from me.
No, Eleise is the farthest forward person in the party.
Okay, it's because you said from Elise, the rope thingy was attached to me.
Oh no, I'm just doing I'm just measuring for the different members here.
Well,
GT confirms that this pirate is from the group that captured his creator.
Just to make sure, Dragon, you did hear me when I said I'm just going to immediately use slime armor.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So how many people are you applying it to? Just yourself? Are you giving Yvonne
I'm
any?
applying it to all three of us.
Wow, you're giving everybody the slime armor. I don't think BT needs it.
Just in case.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I
which
mean,
layer did
there
I
is no
apply
limit to the
BT
amount of
to?
allies I'm allowed to target with this ability. So I might as well put it on everyone.
Oh, I'm on the measurement tool. That's why I can't select him. I'm like, why can I not select this man to apply the marker that we're assigning to just say, yeah, this person has slime armor. There you go. You all have slime armor now. Congratulations. For people watching on my end, you're going to see a character in this list who, you don't need to worry about yet. They haven't been introduced.
I'm gonna pull up BT's character sheet for easier reference.
Yeah, I should probably open his character sheet as well. So, as BT is technically an NPC, that means I'm in control of him right now. Alright, here we go. You guys will get a round of surprise. So, why the hell does BT have a 14 initiative right now? When did that happen?
I
He's
don't
supposed to have
fucking
a
know.
+7.
No, he had initiative already rolled, and he had a 14 when I opened my turn order counter.
What?
I don't know.
He started with 14 initiative?
He just randomly had a 14 initiative.
Made him stupidly fast, but damn!
I did not mean to click that twice. Okay. The bro has a 16 initiative now. And so I just rolled for his new initiative. He has 16 now. Yvonne and Eleise will roll for yours.
Okay,
Also, Eleise, because you have your character sheet in here, you can just, yeah, so that's, yep.
Oh.
From RoseDiva, roll 1d20, and then you have a +3 to your initiative. 18 +3, you are going all the way to the top of the initiative. Right there with that. Add a turn, your initiative, 18 +3, 21.
21?
Yeah, congratulations on a 21 initiative, Yvonne.
Do BT, and that's saying something.
Bro had a 16. How do you even? I am convinced you are just the god of speed at this point.
Yeah, that's kind of his entire concept.
No, I'm
God
not
of
BT.
speed.
Yvonne.
He's talking
With a
about me
21
because
initiative, Yvonne is the goddess of speed.
Fair enough.
because I'm usually good because I actually one of the is because if there was two things I made sure that my stats would be that my stats would be very good in. It was that it was Constitution and Dexterity.
The fastest,
Dragon,
most
roll
survivable.
another dice for his initiative. BT has advantage on initiative.
I did roll 2.
Okay.
So yeah, I just removed this. I just removed the lower one from the chat log.
Okay then.
Yeah, it was an 8 and a 16.
So one of those was a nat 1.
All right, Yvonne, you're up. What would you like to do? 35 feet of movement would bring you just in range to throw your spear at this man.
Yeah, if you need to get closer, you can always use your action to dash.
I mean, she also does have long stride now because we actually flushed out her druid spells.
I see.
Also, when during movement, does it have to be? Do I have to move in a straight line?
Nope, as long as you're just moving with, as long as the movement you take is no greater than your total movement, which is why people
All
normally
right,
try to move in a straight line so they don't exceed their movement.
fair enough.
So
All right.
I'm thinking
Also,
probably right over here is probably your best bet, and then you have
also,
that
if I,
20 feet to throw your spear at this man.
and now if I were to cast Long Strider on myself and Wild Shape, would that cross over?
Um. Mm,
Because I know I can't use magic once I've done it, but I'm wondering if the magic stays after I have already done the action.
Do you know that once you wild shape, you are allowed to remain to concentrate on any spells you're concentrating on?
yeah,
And also, if you
one.
just cast a spell that gives you a buff for a certain amount of time, I'm pretty sure that stays too.
Yeah.
All right.
But if you did do that, you wouldn't be able to take any attacking actions this turn.
That's actually kind of fine with me. Just as long as I'm able to, just as long as I'm able to keep Long Strider going until I can attack, that is fine with me. All right. But yeah, and also, let's see here. Also, when I do cast Long Strider, I can do it at more than one person at a go, right?
If you upcast it as a level 2, you would be able to target both yourself and Eleise, because Eleise is within range for you to touch them.
All right, so. All right, so I will do just that to help out help out help out Elise also a
Does
bit.
Rose have the level 2 spell slot to upcast it?
I do
Yes,
have level
she
2 spells.
does. She has
Okay.
3 level 2 spell slots.
All right, so yeah, now both me and Elise have Long Strider, and I'm going to wild shape into a goat.
You're gonna turn into a goat. Congratulations. Give me a second.
By the way,
Let me have an entry.
is Yvonne's character she actually linked to her token now?
Not yet.
Okay.
I just have a PDF with all of her stuff that I'm tracking it on. So as a goat, I am still on my funny thing. Anyways, you get blue token, and you get a blue token to signify that you both have long strider now. As a
Yeah,
goat, you have an armor class of 10.
nice.
Also, I didn't update your freaking HP over here yet. which your HP is actually 28 on your character. But as a goat, you have an HP of 4.
Fair enough, alright.
60 feet of dark vision. And 40 feet of movement speed. Which
Alright.
I think that's... Oh, whoops. I forgot I'm not on my measurement tool right now. Okay, so that puts you just out of range of this guy?
Alright, before ending my turn then, I'm gonna move a bit
But wait,
closer.
okay, I'm going to tell you something. As a goat, if you move at least 20 feet in a straight line before hitting your target,
I know that was
you get to
I
do 1d4 damage instead of exclusively 1 damage.
I know that was my plan. But yeah, I'll end my turn
There is a
with
thing blocking your way here. There is a giant crane right here. I suggest you move up to like up here, so you're not running through the crane at this man.
fair enough, alright. I shall leave myself there and and end my turn.
And with that, it's BT's turn up next. Let me check this man's movement speed, because for some reason his character sheet closed.
He has a movement speed of 30, a flight speed of 15, and he has cunning action dash. And and anytime he dashes, it affects his flight speed as well as his movement speed.
His railgun, it has a 60 feet.
Yep.
When we said that,
I don't remember us saying anything about the range of the railgun.
you marked it down as 60, which is fine. Yeah. How many spell slots did you give him, and of which levels? He would be around a level 5 character right now.
I gave him 5 level 1 spell slots.
Alright, so he basically just gets a number of level 1 spell slots equal to his level. Is what I'm hearing.
I just decided to give him 5 of them, and I decided on level 1 because of the special ability of the railgun.
Alright, so yeah.
Its damage, the damage of the railgun is multiplied by the level of the spell slot he's using to fire it.
Yep. This man is just out of range to be shot in the face with BT's railgun.
Well, I mean, BT has serious movement.
Yeah, I know that, so I'm just gonna...
Yes, he has a bonus action that allows him to move 20 feet in any direction that ignores all obstacles.
I'm gonna move him over here. Because he's probably not gonna be blocked by this thing because he's so damn tall. He's probably able to see over this because
And he
he's
can just
15 feet
phase
tall.
dash through the thing. And yeah, that uses his bonus action instead of his movement. So if this guy wants to, he can move 80 feet in one turn.
And then from here, we will go and use his railgun on this man because he's within range by now. Yeah, he's in 45 feet, so... 18. That's going to hit. So this pirate will now be taking 10 damage.
I don't remember giving that railgun a +9 to hit.
It has a +9 to hit in the character sheet. Yeah, hit DC is +9 to attack.
I see.
And then it just does a flat 10 electric damage.
Yep. Yeah, I was debating whether to make it do lightning or fire damage.
And this pirate will now be joining our initiative order. With a 16 plus 5.
But I'm pretty sure before he gets to make a move.
Yeah, we do still have the surprise round, so you do get to go
Yeah.
first, and then is when he enters. With his actual. So 16 plus the 5 is going to be 21. So he's going to be going right after you, Yvonne.
Neat.
And with that, it's the end of VT's turn. Time for Eleise to take an action. With your 15 feet of movement.
Long strider, so I get 25.
Yeah, 25. That puts you right next to Yvonne. And then you have to make a 25-foot whip at the very least.
Yeah, I will move. I'll activate Slime Wings. So that 25 of feet of movement speed now translates to 25 feet of flight speed. So, yeah, I'll just fly on over to here.
So you're flying above the crane, Rose is standing beneath it. Also, something I did look up when I was reviewing some rules. The reach property on the whip, because the whip has the reach property, means you don't need to expend as much slime as you think you do. You get an extra 5 feet of movement, or extra 5 feet of reach on any weapon with the reach property. And since you're recreating a whip, that means if you use the amount of slime you need to create a 25-foot whip, your whip actually reaches 30 feet.
Okay. Oh, right, yeah, I labeled them all as spills. I actually can't spawn in a weapon because I've already used my bonus action. Unless there's a rule I don't know about that allows me to use a bonus action skill by using my main action.
So, to what I'm aware, I think you can. I will double check this real quick. Because the reason it's called a bonus action is that it takes about half the time that it takes to take an action. No. Use a... Alright, no, you cannot use a bonus action in place of your standard action.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just stuck there unless you want to dash forwards a bit more.
Yeah, I don't think dash normally applies to flight speed. Which I would have used my flight to get here. Hmm. So yeah, I'll just pass my turn there.
Alright.
And with that, turn comes back around to Yvonne. I'm assuming you are going to ram this man.
I am indeed going to try and... Yep, I am indeed going to try to ram this man.
Alright, so your attack line will be this. And, or to that tile right there. Roll 1d20 plus 2.
Alright. So 1d20 plus 2.
You utterly fail to ram this man. You get parried.
I guess it kind of makes sense that you'd be ready. That you'd be ready if you saw a gut running at you from at least 20 feet away.
I wonder what's going through this pirate's head right now.
He just got a goat ran into him after he got shot by a giant fucking mech.
Honestly, I would love to know that. I would love to know, like, if this was an actual character or if he somehow was sentient, like an actual player, if he were somehow sentient, I would love to hear his reaction. That first that first he gets burnt for a fact on it. He gets like 4th-degree burns from a giant laser cannon. Gets smacked. Gets almost smacked by a weird slime creature, and then an angry goat just comes running.
Well, the slime creature hasn't even tried attacking him yet.
That's why I said almost. That's like, should I? But yeah, then there's just an angry goat coming, and he's like, weird Easter this year.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I shall... Let's see here. I shall simply, put myself... limit here. But we're good.
Yeah. Hey. Hey.
Yeah, it's the pirate's turn.
Rose and this pirate must be very fast to outspeed BT.
Yeah. This thing has a +5 to initiative. It has a dex modifier of 16, which is, I think, the same as Eleise, as Yvonne's dex modifier. If I go and check. Yeah, these two have the same dex modifier.
Ah, finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle shall be legendary.
least you have
I
the
say as
same
I
dex
got.
modifier as your base form. Right now, your dex modifier is... You have a dex of 10 as a goat.
I just wanted to acknowledge the irony of me saying that. The irony of me saying that, but then I nearly died to a slime in the last session.
Yeah.
I died. I died to the slowest creature known to man in the last session. But sorry, we can keep going. Hello?
I'm sorry, I was typing in his number for the roll.
Uh,
Take 5 piercing damage. And you want to know what's really fun? He gets to do this twice.
oof.
5 piercing damage immediately knocks Rose out of her goat form.
Yes.
No. The goat is not weak to piercing damage.
I have 4 HP.
Oh, 4 HP, yeah. So, now you return to having 28 hit points. Congratulations.
Alright.
Oh, God. I just typed in 282 by accident. Time for his second...
Maybe rather than changing her HP bar, we should just use the 3rd bar because it's unused on her
Yeah.
to represent her wild shape's HP.
I use that for how much time is left.
Okay.
This time he will not hit. He fails. You parry this man now. Congratulations on your revenge.
Hey, look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now.
Not close. It's BT's turn.
I'd recommend having BT go and smack him with his sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna. No, I'm gonna do something. Alright, so BT can move 30, and then he can phase dash for 20 feet. Let me see how far we're going. Okay, so 20 feet would get him just past this, and then... Oh, he can almost get to the building. Okay, that's cool. But, if he goes this way... If BT goes this way, and then over... Yeah, I can do that. So BT's gonna come up and around to smack this man with his space sword. I can open the character sheet so I can see the roll for the face sword. Load. There we go.
I think you can actually just click it.
Yeah, I know. I that's what I've been doing. 21. Because it does slashing damage and then a bit of force damage as well. 16 plus 4 is 20. Oh, 3.
By the way, why'd you disable the turn counter?
Oh,
Oh.
that's my bad. That was an accident. All right. And with that, it is your turn, Eleise. But do know this, more pirates have solved the fighting, so they'll be joining the turn order.
Alrighty. I'll use my bonus action in order to make a... Let's do a 20-foot whip for now. I can always change the size later. And then I will attempt to use that whip to smack the pirate. That one.
What? Give me 1 second. I'm doing numbers for that one. Also, that person is inside of behind a door right now.
I'm attacking this guy.
Oh, I saw the one inside the building get highlighted for a minute. But yeah. All right. 1, 5. That is not going to hit him. You miss. This man parries your whip. Now, if you just give me a second to finish these pirates over here.
I love how anytime we try doing something that isn't an attack, anytime we try doing something that isn't an attack brought on by some force of nature, it's the equivalent of going, parry this, you freaking casual, and the enemy says bet.
Yeah. So, 18 plus 5 for the woman pirates initiative. Uh, 23. So this woman is going all the way to the top as soon as I finish with Elise's turn. And then this guy over here is getting 15, so he's all the way at the end of turn rotation. But he's right before Elise in turn rotation, actually.
I just realized something.
What?
My slime shifting makes me the ultimate stealth person.
Yeah.
Because I take on any form I choose. I can just look exactly like the most highly respected person in the entire thing, and then I just gotta know how to act.
I mean, you'd be stuck constantly making deception checks every turn or anytime you did anything, but you could try.
I mean, I'd probably have advantage on those rolls because as long as I act well enough, I can make it's physically impossible to tell the difference. Meaning they'd have to have some sort of magic ability or just a really good instinct to tell something's up.
Alright, anything else you want to do with your turn, Eleise? Or are you gonna end it?
20 feet, 25 feet higher.
It is now onto the turn of the female pirate. Out of the door. Do. That entire space is the door, so I can move her up to here. No, I don't want the... I want this ability. She's gonna come up and start getting closer. Wait, 1 second. What's the range on this? Ooh. Hey, Rose, make a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, because
All
one of your
right.
racial feats as an elf gives you advantage against being charmed.
Bruh.
Because your wisdom modifier is 0. Congratulations, you are now charmed with the female pirates. Which means you can
Well,
actively make any moves that would threaten her. Until either she attacks you, or until the start of her next turn.
well, ain't that a bruh?
So yeah, you're basically just stuck punching the male pirate who's standing right in front of you.
Fair enough.
And with that, it is your turn now.
Let's see, let me Google one of my spells real quick. Mm, mm. Okay, yeah, no, that is absolutely useless. Mm.
What were you doing? Which spell were you thinking of using?
Druidcraft, but apparently it just helps me predict the weather.
I still think it's very funny that you took one certain spell for a gimmick that I don't know how to roleplay the best.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but... Oh, wait, I think I do.
Remember, we literally talked about this as we just did this a few minutes ago.
I think I remember you. Alright, but I'm going to cast...
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna do a little something, speed this up. Yeah, what are you casting, Rose? Hello? I'm sorry, people. Looks like my Discord's crashed. Let me rejoin the call. Oh, looks like my internet crashed, actually. 20 minutes. Hello? Please. Yeah, sorry. Hello? Hello? Alright, yeah, no, I crashed apparently, and my internet is not coming back, so my PC is being stupid and I can't make modifications, so I guess, oh, here we go. Nope, things are still not working. Oh great, I don't even have my internet, settings tab right now. I guess we're gonna have to call it here for the night, because I cannot continue the session because of internet problems.
Alrighty then. Booyah.
Alright, well, I guess that's gonna be it for tonight. See you guys next time.